I guess that... Look. Okay, that looks pretty even. This is way harder than I thought it was going to be. Hi, sweetie. This is my favorite part about working out is all the cats get so excited. They want to say hello. Look how good his tail is growing back, you guys. Yeah. That one's fatty. Rents, are you gonna come work out with mommy? My sweet little chungus. Maybe. Of course I will give you a little bit of a pet. Of course I will give you a little bit of a pet. See? It's not the same cat. I promise they're twins. Come here. Twin boys. And don't be flashing everybody, you silly goose. Twin boys. This side is the hardest, but this side is the one that needs it the most. Also, keep in mind the chat is like teeny tiny when I do it on mobile. I still have to figure out how to do like text to speech. That'd be really helpful. Get him. Go get him. Climb the tree with him. Do outside kitty business. What are you up to, squirrel? I really want to like choke up on it and do something like that, but I feel like I'm not supposed to do that. Fatty. My cat is climbing a tree right now. Oh, he's so cute. Did you know that some cats are arboreal and some cats are more bush dwellers? Oh, that feels nice. So if you guys are new here, I have a weak humoral head. So when I was writing my last novel, I was out for like a month because I had a, let's see, it would have been this muscle. So I basically had a torn trapezius, and it took, well, I guess maybe not torn, but like a severe pull. And so for about a month I couldn't sleep. Like I had to sleep in an armchair because my entire shoulder muscle was just in a complete locking spasm. So then I did a TENS training unit, which is basically electroshock therapy. And thanks to my roommate, I could move my arm again, and then I was able to finish my second novel. So, at the behest of my husband, he requested that I should learn mace training, because he's been doing it for a really long time. He has a 7-pound, and I think he just moved up to a 10 or a 15 or something. So this right here is just a 5-pound mace. Pop that in there so you guys can tell I'm not fibbing. I bought the wrong one though, because I thought there were two that looked exactly the same. Teeny. I'm doing mace training. So when I was, oh, can you guys hear me? I've got my sound turned like way down. Can you guys hear what I'm saying? I'm not quite sure if these are paired or not. But when I wrote my last two novels, I tore my trapezius. So I made a goal to start mace training. And this is me trying to strengthen my shoulders so that I can write more, because I'm working on my third novel right now. and it's a duet. So I'm gonna have to be writing 2 things at once. And oh my god, my shoulder wants to pop out already. This is crazy. So I used to dance and stuff. So even before then, my shoulders are really bad. Hi, kitties. My shoulders are like super bad. So when I go to sleep, yeah, I should probably stop doing that. I don't want my shoulder to come out because then I can't keep training. So there we go. So when I first started riding, okay, so my shoulders are bad. Then I started dancing and my shoulders got better for a little bit, but then worse because I would be grabbing and then my shoulder would just dislocate, which is not good for them. So occasionally I'll go to sleep and I like to sleep on my stomach and my arm will just dislocate. So if you can strengthen all of the muscles around your joint, then that won't happen. So this is what I'm trying to do with the mace. It's out of sync. Oh, gosh dang it. Oh, I see. 1 second. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, come on, Raycon. Be a pal. Disconnect from my iPad. There we go. One sec. Nope. Alright, 1 second. When you speak, I hear your voice a few seconds later. Oh, I see. Yeah, 1 second, my earbuds are connecting to my iPad, so I'm going to turn the Bluetooth off on that. I will be right back. Hi, kittens. Okay. Fix that. Womp, womp, womp. Okay. Sorry about that. I always have tech problems when I switch configurations, which is why I try and just do streaming on my laptop, but it is what it is. So originally, I guess if you're new here, I wrote 2 novels. One of them is a romantasy and one is a contemporary fiction. The first one has like vampires and kind of like the Middle Ages sort of situation. And then the second one is like a grungy, like early 2000s kind of punk novel, I guess. Maybe not punk specifically, but like that sort of like grungy, like entertainments. 1 sec. Oh, for real? Oh, can you guys hear me this time? What's the name of them? So the first novel I wrote is called Bite, and then the second novel I wrote is called Where the Feedback Ends. There should be a link to both of those in either of my bios. Is there a cat under there? My favorite part about working out is because hubby works out, the cats have it like, oh, there she goes. The cats have it as like a cue that like anytime anybody's working out, they just like kind of swarm you, which is nice. It's my favorite. Um, so I wrote those 2 novels, but in writing those 2 novels, I have really weak shoulders. So I pulled my trapezius, and so I was out for like a month. So I was a little bit behind on my deadline for that second novel as well. Um, So hubby suggested that I do mace training so that I could strengthen all of the muscles around my joints so that they are less likely to pop out. Hi, squirrel. You gonna chill out? You gonna hang out on camera? Hi, baby girl. Hi. Oh, she's so quick. She's so quick. So anyway, my Byrdflock, you guys met my goal on Twitch. Hello, hello. I'm not a big fan of this mobile setup. It makes you guys' chat things like teeny tiny on the screen, so I can't read them from far off. But I don't mind answering a few questions. This stuff's really hard to do, so I don't mind taking a little teensy break. But yeah, so I am trying to do mace training because right now I'm writing the third and fourth novel. So the first novel is a 3-book series, and I'm still in the storyboarding process for book 2, but we are getting there. I just have a key plot point that I have to like map out in my brain. And then the second novel that I put out, that one is a standalone novel. And that one's just donezo, like beginning to end. It's all good. It also has a happily ever after, which one of my ARC readers was requesting. So lucky her, that's how that one ended up finishing out. And then this new book that I'm writing is a duet. It is a billionaire romance where the male main character is Asian, which I didn't think was going to be that popular. I thought this was mostly going to just be a book for me to write. But a lot of people in the ARC reads were really excited about the promo for it, so that's how it got moved to the front of the pile. So while I try and hammer out all the dents in, book 2 of the Born in the Eternal series, Thirst, I will be writing Moon and Marble and Sun and Steel. So Moon and Marble is going to be like the romantic sort of like feminine perspective of the story. And then Sun and Steel is going to be the kind of like grittier, like teen boy sort of angst version of the book. And I think they'll both tackle different themes. So it should be kind of a book for everybody. And my goal is that you could read each of them separately and have a completely different experience in so much as like if you're not really that into romance, you could read Sun and Steel, and if you're really into romance, you would read that one, and you would still get the whole breadth of the story. Yeah, I don't really know how I came up with it. It just sort of popped into view, and I did start the character development phase of that as well. I've got 2 characters that are just kind of sticking for me at the moment, so I asked for some help with a character developer resource that I have. So I'm going to be asking questions so that the book feels more lived in. I wouldn't say I'm so much of a perfectionist that I could never release a book if I hadn't gotten all of the facts like completely in there, but it's like pretty close to that. So one of the characters is an architect. I don't know a whole ton about architects, so I'm doing a bunch of behind the scenes research on that. So that should be resolved at least through the holidays. I've got that all figured out. But again, like people are people, so I'll probably get that gentleman at least until like probably around New Year's to get back to me on all that stuff so that he doesn't feel like hurried in any way, because it does take me about a year to put each of these novels together, because it does take quite a bit of work. Plus, given that it's a multicultural novel where the characters are a different race than I am, I think it's pretty important to get some, Asian perspective on the book. So I've got a couple of character development like tasks on that end as well, just so that I really am like true to the characters and I'm not just like writing slop. Because if I'm being honest, like what a waste of time to spend like an entire year on something and just have it be garbage. You know what I mean? So if you put in enough of the like front end work on that, it should be both a really interesting novel for you guys to read and something that I'm like proud to put out there. So keep a lookout on that. If you guys aren't already, I recommend joining the Discord. One sec. Let me see if I can maybe move that just a hair. Nope, that didn't help at all. Looks like I need to just move that slightly down. No, I'll just move it right there. Then it won't be interfering with anything. Perfect. All right. But if you guys, oh, hi, love. Ta-ta, darling. Have fun on your event. Um, now I have more room to train. Oh, careful. The kitty cats are zooming about. They're very, very invested in this whole workout business. But yeah, so hopefully I can get that book out as well. I started actually a couple days ago was my book anniversary. I started writing. I started writing Bite while I was putting all of the. I was putting all of. So there's this thing on chicken coops where in like the winter you put up a bunch of tarping and stuff like that to like kind of keep all of the heat in. And last year, almost to the day, I was doing that, and I remember the very first voice note that I put on my phone for that novel. So it's been an entire calendar year since I started, which is pretty fun, pretty awesome. I don't know why October just like jumpstarts all my creativity because it's cold as shit out here right now, guys. It's like 60 degrees, and I couldn't be less thrilled at how cold it is right now. I am not happy to be outside, but my gym is absolutely a mess. My room is a bit messy. So I figure, this is probably good to keep one, a good timeline on when I'm doing stuff. And two, it's good to be in situations that make you uncomfortable sometimes because that's how you grow. Pressure makes diamonds and all that business that they used to tell us when we were young. But hopefully, I can get out at least 2 novels every year. That's going to be my plan because I would like to write 22 books. That is the goal. I would like to write 22 books so that I can develop a tarot deck because I was so very inspired by my lovely illustrator, Rachel Ross. If you guys see her, I should probably link her socials. I don't think that I have them specifically, but I couldn't be more thrilled at the cover for Bite. It's just gorgeous. And I would love to give her as much work as I can possibly afford to do so. And then I've been getting really into tarot and, just, using like my own intuition and stuff like that to, I guess, be guided by outside forces. So it would be really cool to incorporate that in something that also is like a compendium of all the work I intend to do. But I think I've probably been dallying for longer than I had planned to. So let's get back to the mace training. This isn't going to be a super long stream, but I wanted to hold myself accountable and be in a format that people could kind of. I am completing my goals basically. Like I'm not just making goals on like Twitch and stuff to be like, oh, I made a goal. Like I really will do what I said. And I guess if I have you guys be my little accountability buddies, then it's more likely that I'll do what I'm supposed to do anyway. He told me to not move when I'm doing this. I'm supposed to. The mace moves around you. You don't move around the mace. Oh, can you guys hear my shoulders popping when I do this? Let's see. So that one's gotten quite a bit of work. I'm going to be so sore after this. So I definitely won't be writing today, but hopefully that was ass. That will mitigate. Oh, it's really hard for me to hold it horizontal and then it swishes around the back and then goes back to the start position. I think the next one I'm going to do is a squat goal because I've been not doing that either. So that was terrible. I'm starting to like really flub these positions. It's very cold out here. Hello, hello. Hard. Whew. Okay. I should probably do another at least 5 or so of these, and then I'm going to hop on to my regular setup. So it'll be like a little 5, maybe 10-minute break, and then I'll pop on to the general setup, which is a little bit more intuitive for me. I'm really bad at tech stuff, so if you ever see that something on stream isn't probably functioning properly, that's not necessarily on purpose. So if you guys know how to fix any of those things, like I know I want to say it was Self the other day. I was on the stream and he's like, "Why is your bit rate terrible?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have no idea what that is or what that means." And he's like, "Well, it's like 240p, so like fix that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And if you help me with tech support stuff like that and you join the Discord, I give you an automatic +1 level on there because I am sort of tech illiterate. So anything you guys do really does help. Like another shout out to himself. He really helped me with, I have like an overlay on my laptop because I only have one screen right now. And then I can like see you guys' chats and stuff while I'm gaming, which is so, so, so helpful. I I honestly I don't think I could stream if I didn't have that widget. So big thanks and shout out to him or her, whatever, himself. Really appreciate that. Also, shout out to AE for helping me do edits on my work because I have been banned from Upwork not once, but twice for seemingly no reason. So it turns out it's near on impossible to get a human being to edit your work now. So big shout out to anybody that helps with that. I have a constant goal on my Discord. If you find typos or errors in any of my books, you get an automatic +1 if you notify me of those. Really appreciate that. It makes my job so much easier. And, it really does, to a degree, kind of take a village, which I guess is what I'm trying to create right now. So, join the cult. I highly recommend it. The Discord is free to join, and I think right now we have a 46-day Wordle streak, which is like pretty impressive. And I'm on there every day. I do stream currently 2 days a week. This is kind of a bonus stream. And tomorrow I'm going to do a food prep stream. Long story, but that's what I'm up to. So I am going to try and stream more. I'm really trying to work it into my schedule, but I do have other commitments and duties that I have to do presently. So, oh man, it's getting so cold out here. Okay, I'm gonna do like another 5 more of these, 5 good ones. Okay, don't let me like whiff it. So, 90 degrees. It goes around the back and back to start position. 90 degrees. It's like I'm like, okay. 90 degrees around the back to the start. 90 degrees around the back to start. Oh, 10,000 mosquitoes. Woof. Okay. We do 1 or 2 more on the other side. 90 degrees down around the back. 90 degrees down around the back. 90 degrees down the back. Okay. All right. Since it's freezing cold outside, there is a giant cloud of mosquitoes just off screen there. What appear to be pixels to you guys are a million billion mosquitoes. So we're gonna pop inside and do our regular-ish indoor bonus stream. We'll see you guys there.